Hi, welcome back. A training program needs to have a schedule of activities with training goals, learning objectives, subject areas, methods, trainers, assessments, locations, technologies, and so on. Learning objectives and audiences are the most important part that essentially determines the rest. At this stage, you need to decide what kind of employees by role or function you're training and what they need to learn. This includes skills, how training is conducted, what proficiency the employee needs to attain. Depending on the audience and learning objectives, you select learning technologies. That includes seminars, case studies, simulations, apprentice training, webinars, and so on. The next step is evaluating training program outcomes. Donald Kirkpatrick suggested 4 levels of learning evaluation. Level 1 is reaction. It measures how employees feel about the training. This level measures how your trainee reacted to the training. Obviously, you want them to feel that the training was a valuable experience, and you want them to feel good about the instructor, the topic, the material, the presentation, and the venue. An easy way to measure reaction is using evaluation forms. Usually, they include questions that help get answers to the following. Did the trainees feel that the training was worth their time? Did they think that it was successful? What was the biggest strength of the training and its biggest weaknesses? Did they like the venue and presentation style? Did the training session accommodate their personal learning style? Measuring reaction is important because it helps understand how well the training was received by your audience. It also helps you improve the training for future trainees, including identifying important areas or topics that are missing from the training. Level 2 is learning. It measures whether employees learn new skills or knowledge in the training process. How much has their knowledge increased as a result of the training? When you plan the training session, you hopefully started with a list of very specific learning objectives. This should be the starting point for your measurement. Keep in mind that you can measure learning in different ways depending on these objectives and depending on whether you are interested in changes in knowledge, skills, or attitude. That can be measured, for example, with tests or interviews. It's important to measure this because knowing what your trainees are learning and what they're not learning will help you improve future training. Level 3 is behavior. It measures whether demonstrated behavior changed as a result of the training. It may very well be true that we have the knowledge about proper behavior, but do not necessarily demonstrate those. One of the best ways to measure behavior is to conduct observations and interviews over time. Also, keep in mind that behavior will only change if conditions are favorable. If the overall organizational culture is not set up for any behavioral changes, the trainees might not be able to apply what they've learned. And level 4, results. It measures whether that change in behavior led to better business results. Usually that could be done with evaluating actual or expected changes in performance. Other metrics may also include increased employee retention, reduced waste, increased sales, higher quality ratings, fewer staff complaints, and so on. However, in the end, it is still performance and consequently return on investment that could be the best for development programs.